Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Pre-Market Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin with you for what will be our final broadcast of the week here. And the weekend can't come soon enough. Joel, tell us what's happened today.
I echo those sentiments, Spencer. I'm
Yeah.
just a little tired. It's tough. Working from home all week, and just better to have Lisa and the kids around on the weekend. So looking forward to that. Kind of a mixed bag here, folks. We tried to rally this morning. We barely got above Thursday's high. That was a big area. That was last Friday's close. And we couldn't hold that 25, 29.50. So we know what a big level will be for next week. We came down midday, and it really looked like we were going to, really crash and burn. 24.49 is the low. That's above the week low, just above the weekly number that we talked about. And oil dipped, and then oil came back again, and it led the market higher. But what's very concerning to me is how the oil stocks are trading today. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Our crude managed to sprint to 29.08, back down at 28.30, up 11%, tacking onto the gains from yesterday. Gold closes near the high of the session. Well, it's up 950. It hit 1652.80. I guess that still trades until 6 p.m. Silver gave it back though. That ended up down 16.4 cents. Big range for silver at 1449. And Bitcoin couldn't hold that 7,000 level, folks. These are the futures. They're down $85 to 6,780.
So you mentioned those oil stocks there. Let's talk about them.
Look at this Exxon Mobil, and
In
holy
light of
moly.
in light of the day oil's had, oil's had, you would hope for something a little better than what we've seen here. I'll pull up the chart of XOM. I'm actually really, I could pull up XOM. I could pull up anything, any oil stock, and not tell you what it is, because they all look the same today, quite frankly.
Yeah, basically, and we talked about this on the pre-market show. Yesterday's high in ExxonMobil 41.98, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, man, this is not really participating. Well, off the open, 41.45 open, and went to 42.18, and then reverse course in a heartbeat here. Went all the way down to 38.52. Is trying to muster a rally on the day. But man, what a divergence here. Oil up 11.65% on the day. ExxonMobil down 3.6%. Folks, that is not a good sign for the market. And I think what I talked about last week, I mean, where's you have supply and demand, you're cutting supply. But where's the demand coming from with this economy, grinding to a halt? So very, very concerning price action in the crude oil market.
Yeah, and
Very nice.
it tells you that the market isn't confident that some sort of supply cut would save the industry, would save oil.
Correct.
And
Correct.
it tells you that there's more at stake here than just how much supply of oil there is and the price per barrel, right? So yeah, we're probably gonna. It looks like we're gonna get some sort of a supply cut. Putin said he would do it as long as other countries did it. So it looks like it could be in the cards. There's a meeting on Monday, a virtual OPEC meeting on Monday. We'll know more then. We'll probably know more over the weekend too. But the market's saying that there's more to be worried about than just the price of oil and a supply cut. I'm sure when we do get a cut, I'm sure we'll pop off that. They all will, and they will probably be pops to fade, honestly.
I mean, that's what the market's telling you today. I just very, very disappointing. Since we've come on the broadcast, S&Ps are drifting towards the low of the session. The current low 24.49. We are 30 handles away from the low of the week at 24.75. So we are definitely going to settle in. Well, I don't want to say definitely in this market in the lower quadrant for the week. A little over a 200-point range for the week, which is not bad considering the ranges that we've had over the previous couple weeks. So we have calmed down from that perspective, but not, not liking seeing us settle, this close to the lows for the week. But hey, we got 15 minutes left, and the way this market moves, anything can happen. Current low 24.49, currently trading 24.59.
And there's some green on the screen today. Pfizer is up, Boeing is up, the processed food companies are up. I see CME is up, a few smaller names. I see EA trading up today. Autodesk, but by and large, it is mostly red here. But what I was telling Joel just before we hopped on is, um, to be frank, I'm not super concerned about the market right now. The market will go down, it will go up. That's kind of the way things go. We can survive, down markets, and we just saw a big one a few weeks ago, and we can survive another whoosh downward. But what scares me right now is the economy. Market aside for a minute, every number that we get scares me a little more, and no one knows what the true unemployment rate is in this country. It is not 4.4% like we heard this morning. It is probably in the double digits. Is it 10? Is it 20? No one really knows. But the fact that you've had 10 million people file for unemployment in the past 2 weeks, and that does not account all the hundreds of thousands of people who have been furloughed, maybe millions of people who have been furloughed. So the market is one thing; it will go down, it will go up, and I'll be buying regardless. To be honest with you, but the economy is what really scares me right now, and that's why I'm feeling a little bit down to end the week here. Just
Um, when if you talk about too, just the damage that it's been done now, right? Has that been, you know, how is that even been fully priced into the market, right?
Yeah,
The 21
that's the question.
the 2174 low, that told us it was. And I just don't see how. I'm
Yeah,
not an economist. I can't say
right.
25%, 30%. I think you're seeing a generational change in the structure of our economy, and I just don't know who are going to be the leaders. I mean, and I guess the stocks that have performed well are the ones you want to go with. I mean, you look at a stock like Zoom, extremely overvalued, now some potential legal problems. That's tough. Peloton, that I have a little piece of. I mean, it is an expensive bike equipment, workout apparatus. When things go back to normal, there's going to be a slowdown in sales there. So very difficult. David Richards asked me about, my favorite oil stock if when there's a turnaround, and I just don't have one. I just can't tell you.
I
I
will
mean,
give you one. If I had to pick one favorite oil stock, it would be RDS, Royal Dutch Shell, only because I don't believe they've ever in the history of the company cut the dividend. Okay, so if you look at ExxonMobil, their dividend was slashed repeatedly. 0809, it took years to get back to where it was prior. Royal Dutch Shell, if you want some safety, you want to get paid, has never, at least to my knowledge, never cut their dividend. So that's what I would look for. Uh,
yeah, and I just like on a relative basis here, it seemed, I mean, up till late, Chevron really held up, right? That that
right.
that was it. Yeah, that held up
Hey,
much
hey,
better.
how happy you think they are that they got outbid for was it Apache?
Yeah, yeah. Was it? Yeah. What? Who? I forget. Oxy.
Yeah, Occidental outbid them for
Oh,
Apache, right? How happy you think Chevron is now?
accidental petroleum. Oh my lord! Look at that thing. That thing is hardly bounced at all. Oh man, I wonder. Warren and Icon are in that one too.
Yep, yep.
Oh boy. I don't know. I have to say, CVX. That just
Hmm.
is kind of, it's a mover. You can look at the technicals on it, but also, this move up in oil. Here's another thing too, folks. I mean, they say they're going to cut, right? Do we know exactly how much they're going to
No,
cut?
no, and they've like hinted it. Putin said, "I would do it if you do it." Again, we'll find out a lot more over the weekend. We'll find out a lot more on Monday.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Putting our trust in Putin and the Saudis.
I mean, That's where we're at right now, Joel. So I do want to take some takers from the chat before we wrap it up
Yeah,
here.
I just want to tell you that
Yeah.
something's got into this market here. They didn't like me saying we're going to close in the lower I'll make sure I have no orders out here. 1 second. It's closing in the lower quadrant here for the day, but I probably just caught a whiff of some buying balances. That's what would be my speculation at this point. Uh, okay, no, we're
So
good here.
So the big news today is that confirmed cases have now exceeded 1 million worldwide. Also, today is the first day of the PPP program, the Paycheck Protection Program, and it is not off to a great start. Wells Fargo couldn't even get their site up and on running today. JP Morgan, their site has gone down and now it's back up. Apparently, Bank of America said that halfway through the day, they had received uh, requests from 58,000 small businesses for loans totaling $6 billion since the
Jesus.
start of business, since 9 a.m., since the start of business today. So the small business loan protection program, the Paycheck Protection Program, is today is the first day. I don't think it's going great, but we'll see what happens here in the coming days and weeks. It's sort of a chaotic
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to hear a vaccine. I want to hear, I mean, that's the thing,
That's
and Dennis
yeah.
talked about it. If, you're able to get it at these prices and you come in Monday morning and, there's a cure, then you're going to be like, how did I not buy the market? I can't believe all the opportunity I had to buy the market. So, in with what you have and, I really don't have a technical level, but that's something technicals is not going to predict when, a cure is going to come in an event, a cure, um, you have to move it out, get through FDA approval and whatnot. Rob Hood's asking about BRBR, and I've never heard of this stock before. Is that a stock? Have you ever heard of it? BRBR?
No, and also my charts just crashed. So I'll pull up the chart in 1 second, but you can
It
pull up the.
is Bellring Brands.
Okay,
Um,
don't know it.
it's a. Could you tell me? I mean, what do they make? Is he power bars? I think he says. Hmm. New IPO. Fairly new stock. Making a nice run here. Several updates in a row, Rob Hood. So you just want to see how many updates in a row have we had? One, two, three, four, five. Nah, 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7, 8 out of 9 days. So that's a pretty wicked streak. Um, let's see where this run can get you to. If at $20, you had five highs between 2011 and 2038. So someone has definitely targeted that area. You're a little ways away from there. Several highs in that same area. So definitely may pause at that area. Longer term, also, if you want to figure a 50% on this one, we went from 24 to didn't make a new all-time low. That was good. But oh yeah, I did 1356. That's like a 20-point move at 10. I mean, maybe make it to 23 on this run. That would be very impressive. S&P's just bolted up. We got big green candle here. We just got to 88 even and trying to tack on more. We have 7 minutes remaining in the session. Gold, little bit of a pop here, up 1040 on the session.
Here's one from the chat. Let's look at CONN. Ticker is that's a ticker. Company's Con. It's a specialty retail name.
Well, they don't look so special here. I don't know what to tell you about this one.
Yeah.
This got no pop at all. Absolutely. In fact, it made a new low of the move. No, it did make a new low of the move. The low of the move is 283. I don't know what they sell, what they retail. I guess you can lean on 283. But and folks, and some of the people in the other chats, retail, airlines, cruise lines, entertainment companies. I mean, they're not open. They're not doing business. What do you what do you expect? I mean, I don't know. Apple's been getting killed, but they're still selling iPhones and iWatch, and that stuff of that nature. So I don't know what to tell you about this. The retail sector or any of those other sectors. Maybe the strong will survive. So look at the ones that have had the best relative performance, and then put those in there. I guess if you want to go retail, I just buy Amazon. I mean, if we're gonna have this extended lockdown or quarantine, they're gonna be delivering stuff for a while. So Yum C, someone's asking about Yum China,
That's not a bad one because at least they're ahead of us here a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's recovered, participated with the market rally. I mean, I would be they seem to be doing a lot better than we are as far as getting back to normal. So I'll go with that one.
Yeah, I would naturally be more inclined to look at Chinese companies than I would anywhere else in the world right now, to be frank.
Uh,
Samir in the YouTube chat is saying that we need to look at TU, Canadian telecom company.
This is interesting chart. I don't know anything about the company, but man, there's and you're not trading the primary. Is this an idea? No,
No, no,
Telescorp.
no. This is traded in the U.S.
It's
This is listed in the U.S.
Samir. Just look at $16 here. You got to get this puppy over 16. Listen to these highs: 15.79, 85.68, then a lower one, then 84, 56, 95. Today you poked your head above, and everyone jumped in. I thought the water was fine, and they flushed. So there's still someone with a large piece targeting that $16 area. Now, what I will say is that you're having a slight down day, but the volume backed off. So maybe, maybe there was just a big seller out there at 16 and got mopped up. But I mean, that's just a big area of resistance. Also, hasn't really bounced back much. And what's the other one? Rogers? What's the symbol on that?
RCI, is it?
Yeah, Rogers, RCI, same thing, man. These things got a roof in them. This one looks more like the 42 and a quarter area. That's what I'd be keeping an eye on. I haven't looked at AT&T in a while. How's that AT? That's still too close to its lows in the move. Holy mackerel, that's not good. And let me look at Verizon. Verizon's a little bit better. That's had a little bit more of a pop. 55 and a half looks like the next hurdle there for shares of Verizon.
I don't know anything about TU, but Samir is saying they have a nice dividend and they have a telehealth platform. So those things intrigue me. But again, I don't know anything about the company. Another question about if a company goes bankrupt, will I lose my shorts? You won't lose them. You should. You can and you should buy back those shares and not wait forever. Whitney Tilson is a hedge fund manager, famously shorted Bear Stearns, and then waited. He wrote about this a couple years ago. He waited years to cover his short on Bear Stearns, and then he had a really hard time doing it. So if you're short a stock and it goes bankrupt and it goes to zero, cover your position and you'll be able to do that.
The other reason too is so it goes down. I mean, do something else with your capital. If you made that good of a call, you
Yeah.
know, take your capital and put it back to work. I think that's why you see some like Unlucky Kitchen yesterday. You're borrowing the stock short.
It's coffee.
Yeah. What did I call it? Kitchen?
Yeah, whatever.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Actually, how's that doing today? Oh, it's whatever.
yeah, Dennis got a little haircut in that one today. He tried to play the bounce and he was like, uh-oh. But I mean, he took his loss. He was just, he didn't deal with it. He just thought he was looking for a little counter trend move. He's like, now I know why I don't trade stocks like that. And also, real quick here, well, here, let me quote the close and then I got a funny story to end the weekend here. We are at 24.80. So right now I'm calling this a good close for the market, even though we're down 40 handles. We didn't take out the low. Really well defined support on the downside here at the week's low, 24. 24.75, really well-defined resistance now. You have Thursdays and Fridays highs, not quite an inside day. Yeah, an inside day if you consider the Globex range from yesterday. So you can take that into account.
All right, that'll be it.
Yep. Ding,
That will
ding, ding,
be
ding.
it.
So
Ding ding.
I'm going to tell you this again on Monday, but I was texting with Dennis and I said to him, you know what, Dennis? Because people thought I was upset with him because he didn't know my birthday.
Okay.
Okay. So I said, you know what? I don't know when your birthday is. And he gave me three choices. He said June, July, and August. And I
I
said,
don't know his birthday.
yeah, I don't know either. I said August 1st, and he's like, nope. And then I think I guessed June again, and I
It's
got
funny.
it. Yeah, so no, June is correct. So, all right, everyone, had a good weekend. We hope we helped you guide through this week. Spencer, who's
Yeah.
our guest on Monday?
Guest on Monday is Jonathan Corpina. He is a senior managing partner at Meridian Equity Partners. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't really know. I don't know if he's working from home or if he's back on the floor. It's
I
the
think
floor.
the floor is still
The
closed,
floor is still
isn't it?
closed, and he's working from home. So we will ask him what it is like, what it has been like for him. Normally a floor guy to be working from home for the past few weeks, and how that's impacted his business and how he works. So that'll be on a Monday show. You can always catch a replay of this on YouTube. Catch our podcast of a pre-market prep on whatever podcast platform you prefer. Please remember all the information from this broadcast meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Try to get outside. I'm really speaking to
Gorgeous here.
myself about that. Yeah, get outside and be safe. And we'll talk to you folks on Monday.